Hello traders, can you hear me? Let's wait for some traders to join us. I hope it will be extremely interesting stream. I hope it will be extreme as far as there is a great volatility. We are waiting for 2-3 minutes and we are getting started. Only 4 people watching us. If you hear me well, please put pluses in the chat below. If I have some troubles with sound or the quality of video, please put some minuses. The volatility is extremely high today. After the news, it will be very interesting and informative. The sound is good. Hi, Daniel. Great. So let's get started. Here I see good opportunity to enter the long from this amount of limit orders. Let's make it very fast speed of price. We are starting our stream. Please put your likes under that stream and share your traders' impressions from the yesterday's news. Namely, the rate published by Federal Reserve. The volatility was really high. BTC, as you know, showed very good impulse with altcoins following him. And for today, the volatility is high again due to the news about GDP. I see the participants here, but it's too late for loading the position. Only for averaging with a SL in break-even, because the volatility is very high. It's very dangerous, but let's try to do something. Let's find some good setups to trade what I see now and what I'm waiting. Most of all, I will show you. Some trades I have already made. OP, ENS. Let's see some higher time frames. Jen, I think this is bull trap. Yes, maybe, because it's too complicated to trade such great volatility, and many altcoins just made great impulses. It's very dangerous to trade them now. Look at ZEC, it's very interesting. The first altcoin I would like to pay your attention to. However, we need some more cycles under this level to trade it much longer and accumulate much higher liquidity here, namely stop losses of shorters of sellers, I mean. So let's wait. I recommend to put this instrument on your working space. Let's see some other situation. Yeah, everything has made some impulses. Near USDT looks like retesting some levels. Great volatility. I don't like trading such volatility. It's very dangerous. According to point of controls, it looks like a support zone here, and we can really enter long from here, but for near the activity is quite low. The capital I think just shifted to another altcoins. So maybe early loading. Let's see some potential aims. Looks very good from the technical analysis. From the technical analysis point of view, we see head and shoulders here. And now we are on the neckline. So I think in case we see the uptrend impulse from this level, entering from this zone, using this box as a support zone, we can reach 4.76 as a potential aim. Let's mark it. It will be the potential aim on 1 hour time frame. I prefer most such instruments that are much more calm than those that are mad about volatility. Here we see great volatility and a lot of buyers, market buyers. But there is a real great struggle, a real fight between two sides, between sellers and buyers. And entering such instrument as like casino, playing casino. So I prefer such situations. It's important to control the situation, because when we have a high volatility, we can't control situation. Too many participants and too many factors beyond your control. I prefer loading here. We see the pressure from bottom to up, and it makes me think that it will be great long, at least to 4.5, the first aim, and the potential aim 4.76. Please write your questions, participate, be active, and put your likes under this stream. And don't forget to share your experience of trading on news, like yesterday one. Do you think it's good time for trading, or it's better to avoid trading on news on such a high volatility? Moreover, the most important thing for today is the decrease of the US GDP by 0.9 against expected 0.5% increase. 0.9 against expected 0.5%. It's very, very bad. So this scenario creates negative destination for BTC and markets in a whole. So the probable scenario for BTC is like something is like that. I'm almost sure. We can see for the first time we can see the uptrend movement continuation like that. But we should understand, we should take it for granted that it's just a correction. It will be just a correction. We can go up till 30,000. However, it's a trap. It's just a correction because all their fundamental background is negative, absolutely negative. All the news for today and yesterday showed that there will be a recession in US economy. So from that point, we will probably continue downtrend movement and then consolidating inside this range. I'm almost sure that the consolidation will be broken, then retested, and then we will go down to 14, and maybe we will go down to 8 or 12,000. I know that it's very bad for investors, but for those who trade futures, for those who trade a lot for speculating aims, it will be great opportunity to short with altcoins. With the drop in GDP and the announcement of a recession, I expected it to go down, so I am short ETC. Absolutely, you're absolutely right. It's a good position because most probably we will have downtrends even after long. Some instruments show some long impulses. But it's just the result of yesterday's news that were expected. It was expected. So the market need the very, very, very low, very, very small reason to show great impulses for long because the market is really oversold. However, the negative moments are entering chat. I still think we will go to test 19 for BTC. I'm sure that we will go lower, much lower. I think we will see 12, we will see 8,000 for sure. So it's just only the beginning. Let's see what's happening. Very good opportunity to load. You can load here in advance. It will give you additional financial pillow. According to clusters, we see that the pressure demonstrates as uptrend movement. I hope that this figure, this pattern, will work out, so we can earn very good. However, be very careful because of high volatility and we are waiting for some stability, for some concrete movement from BTC. If it goes down, you'd better put your stop loss in break-even points, just to hedge your risks. Anyway, I don't recommend you trading long position on such a market. Please write down your comments. Don't forget. Or maybe if you see some situations, please share your situations with us. I will make some comments about it. Luckily, I put a small position so I can trade in peace. Yes. You're a good trader when you're trading in peace. So risk management is the first thing we should adhere to. Finally, about the relevant market, the relevant situation that's been lasting for 3 or 4 weeks, I think. The fear index is very high now. The market is extremely manipulative. So be very careful. Concerning the situations and the different setups, be aware of liquidity grabs. I will show you. Yes, this is a good example. Such a trap when, for example, most participants here waiting for the breakout and a dramatic fall of price occurs before they break out. So-called manipulative pressure to liquidate participants and load huge players' positions by better price somewhere here. Be careful, trade with very small volumes. High volatility is very dangerous. It's very dangerous, especially after such news. I prefer using early loading when we are getting closer and closer to the situation when we are waiting the breakout. Then I expect liquidity grab with seller's pressure, and somewhere here I start loading the position. Especially I use clusters to find those points where huge limit orders, buyers limit orders are executing. For example, we find a place where there are red clusters, a huge volume of sellers, but the price can't go lower. Something is situated here that is absorbing all these sales, all these sales. So it means, usually it means that there are a lot of buyers limit orders are executing by absorbing all these sales by market sellers. If I see such a situation somewhere here, it's a very good sign for me to load positions for long. Here you potentially could earn if you started loading here, for example, at least 24%. It's a very good. A changing market always brings new market models. It's not new market model, but it's repeating from cycle to cycle. This cycle brings such a model for using early loading as a core instrument for hedging your risks, for maximizing your profit. Only a fool would trade with the full potential of his capital. That is how people lose their money as amateurs. Rune USDT looks good on 5 minutes. Let's look. Let's look something new. However, I really prefer higher time frames because the higher time frame, the more potential the situation will give you. Not bad, but there was very good impulse here. Very good. And I think that buyers really lack power now. They really need to recover, restore their force. It means that we really need to trade here for longer time to bring a new impulse. The situation is good, and I think we need some few hours more to form a triangle or short consolidation here, and the probability of continuation of this trend is quite high if nothing changes. If the BTC doesn't fall. However, BTC have the same situation on 4 hour. Maybe for upcoming days, we will trade somewhere here. Then it will be a short impulse. But I really don't think that we will break this level. I think it will be pulled back from 28,000, and then the negative effects from all this news will come into force, and we will see downtrend movement, short consolidation somewhere here, then the breakout of this level, and then again downtrend movement to 12, correction 12, and then to 8. 12, 16, 12, and 8,000, the core buyers zones where there will be really high buyers pressure. I recommend you to place all the limit orders for spot trading on that zones somewhere here. Look at the clusters of near instrument. The struggle is continuing, however, let's look at the delta. The previous three deltas were mostly green. It means that the buyers call the shots. However, this 5-minute bar show that sellers are getting stronger. However, we have three minutes more. Something may change. Let's look. Thank you for your thoughts. Thank you for your support, Daniel. And your setup. Please find something more. Let's look what's happening on other OP. Oh, great. Great impulse. I'm really afraid of trading something like that However, it really attracts. Such situations are always attracting. They are forcing you to make easy money. However, it's a trap. It's a real trap. Believe me. GMT or the market is just flying. Here I see the second touch of strong level, and GMT, here at GMT we can find short situation. But there are too many buyers pressure. I see the great activity in market trade history here, so it's quite dangerous. It's quite dangerous. Maybe the price is gonna to refresh to renew this high. No, that's very dangerous. Just look at this, we have 30 seconds left, and what we see in delta, it's absolutely negative, about 65,000 sellers more than buyers. It's a difference between buyers and sellers. However, in spite of that fact, we don't see price going lower. As I said, it could be the great opportunity for longs, because maybe there is a gradual loading of buyers limit orders that are spreaded here. The buyers don't want to show all their volume that he's going to load for standing for long. So he's spreading the load, all that volume in this zone. Please share your thoughts about the current market and the current situation. Maybe there are some people who believe in the reversal points. Please share your ideas. Don't forget about likes. And be careful. And put pluses. Who else standing in near, waiting for longs? I really waiting for these head and shoulders working out. Look at this POC. I really like the situations when the same volume, the same maximum volume are going through one or two price points, forming the series of such POCs. That means resistance or support. In that case, we faced resistance. That's how it works. Quite dangerous situation. If the price will standing for a long time higher above this level. I will try to load again. However, I don't like these shadows. They show the seller's pressure. Great seller's pressure. Those who really prefer trading volatility, please share your experience, because I don't like scalping on such a background of a really mad, really crazy mad market. Look at this pattern. Here we see the pressure, and this pattern looks like there is a pressure from down to upside. Let's see what we have on the graph. Here we see the great correction, the real struggle between buyers and sellers. Some people are believing, some participants really believe in the long continuation, but others really think that that's enough for them. Let's fix position. Some fixing, some believe in the continuation of the trend. The sellers are getting stronger. However, I recommend just watching such situation, just like a show, but never participate in such show. Too many participants, too many volume, and it's out of our control. I think on 1 hour time frame BTC and Ethereum will go down to morning price. Let's see. Yes, you may be right, but there is quite high probability that first of all the Bitcoin will make one more impulse, just to make huge players who really understand the situation to load their position by better prices, for shorts, and then we will see really great shorts. I don't even prefer watching this because it's really attracting. Let's see some other situations. Daniel asked about Rune USDT. I really like this situation, frankly speaking. However, I think that with all those breakouts giving only 0.3, 0.7%, it will be a very short and very drastic movement. What are your trigger points when you place buy or sell orders? Or you just jump in with your market order in the direction you think the price will go? I usually prefer making the analysis in advance. I starting my trading session from the early morning, and I just watching the most volatile instruments in crypto bubbles or CScalp screener. I really recommend using CScalp screener to find some very good situation. And then I just marking daily highs and daily lows. Then I prefer building levels, the most important levels in intraday, I mean. And then I will add some additional but less reliable levels, 2 or 3 in this range between daily low and daily high. Then I prefer watching breakout and pullback situations, or some points to trade between levels, between strong levels. I don't prefer jumping in the market, just having very small information, just clusters, or just watching great activity. I do that very rarely, very rarely. I prefer profound analysis, combining graphical analysis with fundamental, with some information from order book, with some patterns and some signs from the cluster analysis. The cluster analysis really matters. The market is looking like calming down a little bit. So look at this pattern. The points of control are rounding, showing something like the V letter. It means that the pressure is gradually changing. Can you tell us a little more about cluster analysis? In cluster analysis, we should pay attention to 3 main factors. Patterns formed by clusters, different patterns like a hammer and several more. Then we should pay attention on accumulation of such points as point of controls, the way they are accumulated, the way they are spread in like this. And we should be aware of the colors. There are different types of colors. When we see dark green, the dark green means that we have struggle. We have struggle, but buyers are getting stronger. When we have dark red, we have much more buyers, but all that buyers are at least facing some resistance from, we have sellers, but they face really strong resistance from buyers. And then we have clean green, light green cluster. It means that the buyers don't face any resistance from sellers. And the same situation when we have light red, clear red cluster filled with red cluster. It means that the sellers are getting stronger and they almost don't face any resistance from buyers. So we should make difference. And we should analyze all this information in a moment uh, when the price are going up and down. The market are always giving different signs and different signals. So you should be very fast. You should be very experienced in cluster analysis to make a clear decision. Sometimes you have to make decisions very fast. However, I don't like fast decisions because you can miss some factors. The situation with rune is quite fractal. You know that it means that on the higher time frame we see almost the same situation that we see on the lower time frame. It's a very good sign, but in other situation it will be really great signal for long. But according to all these shorts, all this volatility, and the consequences of the today and yesterday news, it's quite dangerous. I really prefer short situation in such short setups, in such background. So be careful and give the priority to situation that have short potential. Let's see what we have. Wing 242% of growth. Great. Most of instruments are growing now. So it demonstrates us that the market is really oversold, and it needs a very, very small tinder to burst, to make long impulses, because most instruments are so oversold that the great amounts of liquidity of buyers' limit orders are executing, and the investors really want to getting higher. They are making great uptrend pressure. However, the negative background spoils all these situations. When we have at least one small positive moments, one small positive aspect from Federal Reserve System of easing of the rate and the monetary policy, we will see very good uptrend movements and impulses. But the US government really have to make much more to elaborate and apply much more measures, much more packages to fight the inflation, because we have really really dramatic and bad consequences after COVID and different packages of sanctions. So I think that that negative effect will last for very long. For now, the volatility is getting down. The market is calming down. So I will end the stream in 13 minutes. Please share your experience, share your impression from this stream, because it's really important for us to for our development. And maybe write down your questions on theoretical part, on the styles of trading, on styles of analysis, on different types of analysis. Please ask. How do we know when is a good moment to short? Concerning relevant situation, I think we should use different instruments, different factors, such as combining graphical analysis with cluster analysis and watching the activity. Always watch the delta. When the delta is stable in red, for example, there is a great pressure of sellers. When delta is stable in green, there is a great pressure of buyers. Try to combine as many factors as you can, just to collect the pool of different factors that will form your decision making. The most important factors for me are graphical analysis. I usually prefer two strategies: pullbacks from strong support zones, strong resistance zones, and the breakout. However, for such a market, breakout is less popular strategy because it gives very, very low potential for now because of the great and very high fear index and instability of markets. The moment of uncertainty. That's why. So I really prefer to trade along the trend, positional trading, and I rarely use scalping on such market. Really prefer long trading, intraday trading of positional setups that will give you the potential of 2 or 5% throughout the day. So for short situations and for long situations, we should use the same basket of factors of analytical tools. So we should be aware of proper situation and we are acting by the situation. We are always should listen the market to control all the changing information. The information changes every second. The scenario with Rune USDT for now is doing very good. I think it will work out. One touch of the level, second touch of the level, it will be the third touch of the level where the manipulator, future player, probably make a trap. So it will be very high activity somewhere here. Maybe it will be false breakout. Then we will see a liquidity grab. I will show you. The third touch, false breakout, then liquidity grab somewhere here, and then gradual uptrend movement, maybe one more liquidity grab, and then we will see the breakout. The higher is time frame, the more realistic this situation is, because for manipulators, for huge players, such small time frames are very dangerous to load their positions, because they really need much more liquidity, much more time to load their positions. And that's why they really manipulate with the crowd, with the participants to load their positions. Manipulators are those who earn most of all on such markets. Please watch Rune USDT. I really like this situation. Let's see what's happening in order book. Six minutes left. In 6 minutes, I will end the stream. I hope it was quite informative. Here we see the POC levels. However, we have very small information about the clusters. We should wait for loading. However, we can load here to advance in advance to have very good entry point when their breakout itself will be in the process. We will have entry point somewhere here. How to use the order book levels? The levels in order book, well, frankly speaking, I watch strong levels firstly on the graph, and then I prefer watching how many huge limit orders are placed on that level. So the graph in such question is primary. First, you should define this level. For example, a strong round level. If the level is round, it's much more stronger. Then you watch what and how many limit orders are placed on that level, watching the order book, and pay attention that the huge limits of limit orders are much more stable in spot order book, and they are less stable and much more manipulative in futures in futures order book. Be careful. And even in spot order book, if the limit order is always changing its place, it means that there is a high probability that this is manipulative limit orders. And when it's quite stable, standing on a round place for very long, this amount of limit order is quite reliable. So 1 minute left. I think that's enough for today. I hope it was informative. Please leave your comments below. Share all your results showed during these days. So please be careful and be profitable. Thank you.